Let's take a look at August 2nd in history. Andrew Smith Halliday tested the first cable car at 4 o'clock in the morning of August 2nd, 1873 on San Francisco's Clay Street. His idea for a steam engine-powered cable-driven rail system was conceived in 1869 after witnessing horses being whipped while they struggled to pull a horse car up a street in the city, which is iconic for its hilly landscape. San Francisco's cable cars, with its over 150-year history, are one of the last operational cable cars in the world today. Carl David Anderson discovered the positron on 2nd August 1932, for which he won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1936. A positron is the opposite of an electron, has the same mass and opposite charge and spin, and when both encounter each other, it results in annihilation with the release of some energy. Positron is an antimatter, basically the opposite of matter, which is the stuff we see around us. Antimatter refers to subatomic particles that have characteristics opposite to normal matter. Antimatter and matter was in equal amounts when the universe was created, but antimatter is now rare in our universe, and scientists are not sure why. In 1945, the USS Indianapolis made a top-secret mission to Tinian Island in the South Pacific to deliver key components of the nuclear bomb that US would drop over Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan a few days later. After completing its mission, the ship was torpedoed by the Japanese and it sank into shark-infested waters. After 3.5 days, on August 2nd, surviving crew of the Indianapolis were spotted. 316 men, suffering exhaustion, lack of water, and shark attacks in the Philippine Sea, were then rescued, while about 900 of them died. It was one of the worst sea disasters in US history. 30 years ago, on this day, Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein invaded the oil-rich Gulf Emirate of Kuwait, sparking a months-long war that left the country ravaged, its oil wells set ablaze. Iraq and Kuwait had disputes over territory since Kuwait's independence in 1961, and especially because much of the land there was rich in oil. Iraq also accused Kuwait of flooding the oil market and driving down crude prices. The Arab League and Saudi Arabia tried to mediate but failed. Baghdad announced the total and irreversible incorporation of Kuwait into Iraq. 7 months later, a US-led international coalition drove the Iraqis out. That was all on this episode in history.